You know this feeling. It's not sadness exactly, not burnout, not depression with a capital D. It's the fog that has no name, low motivation, flat mood, no clear reason why. You wake up, go through the motions, and wonder, is this just who I am now? Here's what this video is going to do. First, we're going to dismantle the oversimplified story you've probably heard. The chemical imbalance explanation that makes your brain sound like a broken machine. Then we'll walk through how serotonin actually works in your daily life, not as a textbook diagram, but as a living system you can influence. And finally, a practical path back to steadier drive and judgment, grounded in research, not wellness cliches. Because here's the truth that changes everything. That fog isn't a character flaw. It's a signal. And once you learn to read it, you can respond. Here's where the oversimplified story falls apart. Serotonin isn't manufactured on demand. It's assembled from raw materials your body has to source, convert, and transport. A supply chain with multiple failure points. The starting material is tryptophan, an amino acid you get from protein-rich food. But here's the catch. Tryptophan has to cross the blood-brain barrier, competing against 5 other amino acids for the same transport tungal. After a high-protein meal, those competing amino acids flood your bloodstream, and tryptophan often loses the race. But carbohydrates trigger insulin, which clears the competitors from your blood, clearing the path for tryptophan to enter. Then your gut bacteria convert that tryptophan into 5-HTP, which finally becomes serotonin. Sunlight activates the enzyme that finishes this conversion in your brain. Each step depends on timing and context that modern indoor life systematically disrupts. You eat protein at lunch without carbs. You stare at screens instead of morning sun. Your gut microbiome is depleted from processed food. No single deficiency, just a broken supply chain. And that's actually good news, because you can fix each link. So you fix the supply chain. You eat the right protein at the right time, you get morning sunlight, you support your gut. And still you feel flat. That's because production is only half the story. The other half is whether your brain can actually hear the signal. Think of it like a radio. You can broadcast at full power, but if the antenna is rusted and the dial is turned down, you'll hear static. Chronic low-grade stress, the kind most of us live in, does exactly that to your serotonin receptors. It downregulates them, makes them less sensitive. You're producing enough serotonin. Your brain just can't feel it anymore. The reset isn't complicated, but it's specific. Morning light, real light, not through a window, tells your brain it's time to tune the antenna. Timed movement, especially resistance work, physically upregulates those same receptors over weeks. And one meal shift, moving your largest carb serving to dinner. Each one signals safety to a system that's been bracing for threat. Within 2 to 3 weeks, the sensitivity returns. The fog lifts not because you produced more, but because you could finally feel what was already there. That feeling of being off wasn't a broken brain. It was a biological signal you can read. And now you know how to answer it.